Hi guys, thank you so much for staying tuned to my channel. Now I want you to know that there are lots of things that you can actually do to actually make your follow-ups with your customers to be effective. This is one of the reasons why a lot of sales are not coming to lots of people, because their follow-ups are not effective. Today I'm going to be talking about some of the things that are making your follow-ups ineffective and how you can actually turn that around. If you're here to subscribe to this channel and you're just joining us for the first time, kindly hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell, as we bring you lots of useful content that will help your business to continue to thrive and 10x your sales. For lots of people, one of the things you realize is that we're actually putting a lot of effort to advertising and marketing our product to our customers. But a lot of times we fail in following up effectively with them. And this is where a lot of sales actually don't get to people. Now, follow-up is a very important component in selling, because without effective follow-up, all your efforts might not be converting as much as they should. So today I'm going to be exploring some of the reasons why our follow-ups are not effective and some of the things we can actually do to turn that around. Now, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is that if you're prospecting wrongly, that can actually affect your sales from coming. Now, what do I mean by wrong prospecting? A lot of times, if you're selling a particular item to a different group of people that do not need that item, or you're trying to sell a product to a customer who is not interested in what you're trying to sell, then there is no way your follow-up will be effective on that customer. Because in the first place, what you're trying to sell is not a need for the customer, neither is even a want. An example, you're trying to sell baby items to someone who is a single parent, who doesn't even have a husband, who is not even planning to get married or have a child. Then that is a wrong target audience. So there's no amount of time you want to follow up on that particular person that person is going to buy from you. So all you need to realize is that you must define and ensure that the person that you're trying to target is the right person. Now, the second reason why your follow-up might not be effective is wrong timing. A lot of times we try to follow up on a customer when we should not be. So if a customer tells you that you might get across to me in the next 3 weeks, that at that time I would have been able to get confirmation from actually the other people that I need to speak to, or we're actually trying to put together this facility before we start buying this particular item, what you need to do is that you need to give the customer some time to be able to do that, so that you are not actually bugging the customer and making the customer feel like, oh, this person is just trying to make me feel uneasy. So you must realize that if you follow up on a customer at those times, you might actually not be getting the right response from them. So you must identify what is the ideal time to reach out to this customer. Now, the third thing that can also be hindering your follow-up is inconsistency in following up. Sometimes we reach out to customers and we advertise our product to them, and we leave that gap for another time without actually going back to reach out to them. It could either be because maybe we're busy or we have other things we're chasing. But you must realize that most of the people that you're trying to reach out to, they've also got other people that are trying to get their attention. So you must have a way by which you are checking in to ensure that what you're trying to sell to that customer, there is a clear next step that you're actually following up on to ensure that the customer actually makes that decision. The fourth thing that can actually affect your follow-up is not addressing the customer's objection. So oftentimes when you're trying to sell to customers, there might be certain objections that might be hindering that customer from going ahead. For instance, if a customer says to you that, if I buy this thing from you, am I sure that this product is going to last for the duration that I need it for? Now, you might need to actually get some examples of people who have actually bought the same product from you that they can actually speak to be able to address that pain point. Or if a customer says to you that your product is actually more expensive than I actually thought, if there's a need for you to actually justify the reason for the expense, or if there's a need for you to actually give them a bit of discount, then what you have been able to do is that you've been able to devise a means to actually address that objection. So not addressing the objection is just you expecting that the customer would make a decision without that thing going away. So you must ensure that you're actually responding to the objection, and that might just be your next line of action in following up with the customer. And the fifth reason why your follow-up might not be effective might be no clear next step. Now, what do I mean by no clear next step? You must realize that when you're trying to sell to a customer, you must be able to define the next thing you want the customer to do. So to give an example, if a customer actually has other people that are making a decision on that particular item you're trying to sell to them, it might just be as easy as you asking them, oh, are there other people that I can actually speak to as regards this product? Because without you speaking to those other people, you might be leaving out a gap where the customer actually swings in a different direction. That can just be your clear next step. Or your clear next step could just be, oh, do you mind if I give you a summary of all that we've talked about and then reach out to you in the next 2 weeks just to check in if you've been able to actually go through them and make a decision on this. So you must always have a clear next step as to what your customers need to do. And this even goes on for online sales as well. Your sales funnel must actually have clear next steps as to how the customer needs to engage. So these are the things that would help you to be able to ensure that your follow-ups are effective. Sales doesn't just happen without being planned for. There's a lot of intentional things that we need to do and continue to do to ensure that we are getting those sales in. If today's content has actually been very useful and you think that there will be lots of other people that can benefit from this, kindly go ahead to share this with them. And I'll also say that if you are in need of a one-on-one sales coaching or a group sales training that will actually help you to triple your sales revenue, kindly reach out to us and we'll be willing to help you to move your sales to the next level. I want to thank you so much for staying tuned to today's video. See you next time.